What's going on YouTube? Flashy here and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Season of the Deep is officially here, and between the recent buffs to Arc Staff and all of the new seasonal artifact mods, Arc is back.
But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
But seriously, I've been both waiting and wanting to make an Arc Staff build for months now, so of course, the first video of the new season had to be just that. I've been using this a ton as I've been grinding my way through all the salvage, deep dive, and seasonal activities, and it has just been a blast. Honestly, I couldn't be happier to run with one of my all-time favorite supers again, and shredding through content like it's nothing at that. But before we get into it, be sure to leave a like on the video. It helps out the channel a ton, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future Destiny 2 videos here. And now to get into this build, starting with the subclass. For the super, of course, it's got to be the Arc Staff. We've been talking about it through the entire intro. And for our abilities, we'll be taking Gambler's Dodge, fully recharging our melee when dodging near enemies. It just pairs so well with Arc Hunters. Triple Jump for our jump, combination blow on our melee, a quick strike that temporarily increases melee damage when defeating a target, stacking up to 3 times. And defeating targets with this ability also fully refills class ability energy and restores a small amount of health. So combination blow is going to refill our dodge, and our dodge is going to refill our combination blow. Pretty neat combo right there. And for our grenade today, we're going to be taking Storm Grenade. Moving over to the aspects, first we're going to be grabbing Flow State. Defeating a jolted target makes you amplified. While amplified, which we basically always will be, our dodge is going to recharge faster, we're more resilient while dodging, and our reload speed is greatly increased. And for those that might not know, being amplified gives you a movement speed and weapon handling increase, and after sprinting for a short time, you'll get another speed boost, and jolted targets will take additional damage and also chain lightning to nearby enemies. As for our second aspect, it'll be Lethal Current. After dodging, your next melee attack has increased lunge, jolts the target, and creates a damaging aftershock. Damaging any jolted target with a melee is also going to blind them. And now for the fragments, I wanted to really build into the fact that as an Arc Hunter, we're going to be up close and personal with all the enemies. We're going to be right up in their business. So giving us some buffs in those situations, I feel best suit the fragment setup, which is going to start with Spark of Haste. You have greatly increased resilience, recovery, and mobility while sprinting. Spark of Beacons, while you are amplified, your Arc special weapon final blows create a blinding explosion. This is going to pair so nicely with the weapon that we run for this build, which we're going to get into in a bit. Spark of Feedback, taking melee damage briefly increases your outgoing melee damage, and we get a plus 10 to resilience. And finally, Spark of Amplitude, rapidly defeating targets while you're amplified, creates an orb of power. So we have our subclass set, but before we get into the weapons and armor, it's important to look at the seasonal mods we can use that's going to beef up our Arc build by quite a lot, considering Arc is actually one of the featured subclasses of Season 21. First up, we have Authorized Mods Arc and Authorized Mods Melee. This is going to discount the armor energy costs of all of our armor mods that are going to affect our Arc weapons and our melee, from 3 down to only 1 energy cost. Electric Armor, stay amplified longer while your Arc subclass is equipped. Thunderous Retort, grant bonus Arc super damage if cast while critically wounded or while amplified, lasts until the end of the super activation. Then we have Amped Up, gain damage resistance while amplified. Shock and Awe, Arc final blows while you're amplified, summon a burst of lightning that damages and jolts targets. And finally, Lightning strikes twice. After throwing an Arc grenade, gain an increased grenade recharge for a short time. Arc final blows extend the duration of this benefit. So yeah, when I say featured subclass, I wasn't kidding around. Bungie is really busting the doors wide open for the most insane Arc builds this season, and trust me, I am all here for it. Now for the weapons I've been using with this build. First up in the special slot, of course, we have to go for Barents with the perk Chain Reaction. Each final blow with this weapon creates an elemental damage explosion. So not only do we get that, but don't forget about Spark of Beacons. So that explosion is now going to blind targets as well. Such good synergy between these two. And in our heavy slot, we have to go with Old Faithful. That, of course, is going to be Thunderlord. I mean, a season all about Arc. How could I not use this machine gun? Listen, more lightning, more Arc storms, more evaporating everything into shiny blue dust. It's really simple. And while looking at the stats, we definitely want to have our resilience maxed out. Again, we're going to be very close range to enemies, and you pretty much just always want max resilience in this game. And then as a hunter, having that high mobility is important because it's tied to our dodge recharge rate, and rounding it off with discipline to get those grenades back a little bit quicker. Now for our exotic armor piece, it's going to be Raiden Flux, a favorite exotic of mine that's just been collecting dust. Finally has its time to shine again. It's got the armor perk Synapse Junction. Quick successive attacks with Arc Staff increases damage output and duration. And that's what you've been seeing in all of the clips that I've been playing throughout the video in my super. You literally feel like it just doesn't end, and you're just spamming Arc Staff attacks, ripping through any ads, or just hammering into a boss over and over and over again. I absolutely love this exotic. Not the most popular by any means, but man is it fun. Now for the mods, starting with the helmet, we're going to grab an arc siphon. Rapid arc weapon final blows create an orb of power. One copy of dynamo reduces super cooldown when using your class ability near targets, which we're going to be doing a lot of already. And hands-on gain bonus super energy on melee kills. On the arms, we have one copy of grenade kickstart, which is going to replenish some grenade energy as soon as we throw it. And then we're going to go double copy of arc loader, increases reload speed of arc weapons. For the exotic chest piece itself, 2 copies of arc reserves, increasing the amount of ammo we can carry for arc weapons. And a melee damage resistance reduces incoming damage from combatants that are at point blank range. For the leg mods, absolution reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an orb of power. One copy of recuperation, which is going to replenish health each time we pick up an orb of power. And one copy of better already begins health generation immediately after picking up an orb of power. These two right here are literally the dynamic duo, especially if you're on a subclass that doesn't have like devour or a healing grenade or something. You gotta be running recuperation and better already. And then finally for our class item, one copy of distribution reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets, and a double copy of bomber reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. And you put all of these together and you will very quickly see why I've been waiting to use Arc Hunter again for so long. It's perfect for running through content almost literally because of the sprint speed buffs. Arc ad clear is always just insane, and you get to get right up to the boss's business and start swinging away with what feels like an unlimited arc staff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments if you decide to try this out and tell me what you think. If you're interested in the appearance customization I use for this build, that's on screen now if you want to screenshot it, and I'll also leave the dim link in the description. As a reminder, keep up to date with myself and the channel by following me over on Twitter, and check out my TikTok page as well, all of which will be linked in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.